to the Youth Music Network podcast in association with the Goodwin Development Trust. We are back for another edition of the Whole Youth Music Network podcast. Today I am joined with a guy who works in an organisation that I've been getting involved with quite closely. I've been attending some sessions, I've been helping out, volunteering, having a lot of fun. And it's Dave from Gig Buddies. How are you doing?
I'm all right. Good to see you, Ashley. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you as well.
Thank you for inviting me.
No problem. So, would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself and sort of some of the things you do?
Okay. I'm assuming you want to know about my music stuff, yeah?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Anything music related?
I'll start with that. 22 years ago, me and a couple of musician mates, a saxophone player and a drummer, we were working with disabled people in care homes and those kind of things, and we noticed how much people love music and how much fun people had with music, and we decided to move it on a step and make sure that try and find a way of giving people a chance to play every week and play in a band. A lot of people we thought would really like to play live, but weren't having the opportunity. So yeah, we started in 2001, 22 years ago. We had a couple of years off for the pandemic and COVID stuff, but yeah, we've been doing that for 22 years. So Sunflower Music, what it's called, is still going strong, and that's the music bits that you've been joining in with.
Yeah, most definitely. So what's the feeling like when you're seeing people getting involved and having fun, and knowing that you're sort of achieving what you're obviously setting out to do?
It's an amazing feeling. We've done videos sometimes. We've made DVDs. We've played live all over the country, and just to see people doing things they wouldn't be able to do. And we played a massive festival in Pearson Park on the back of a truck, and yeah, to 1,000 people. It's an amazing feeling, and I guess some of it I'm really proud of. I'm really proud of what the musicians come up with. But yeah, it's a mixture of fun and just opportunity for people who wouldn't usually get that opportunity.
Yeah, most definitely. And what would you say would be one of your most favourite moments over all these years of doing so many different things?
That's a tricky one. That's a tricky one. I did a load of work in schools with, I guess, a fabulous school in East Hull, and what they were interested in was they had a number of pupils in different years in the school who were having a bad time, and that might have been family things, or it might have been that they were struggling at school or whatever, and they needed to do something amazing. They needed somebody or something to just remind them that they are amazing, special children, and so I for a few years I did a series of workshops, and at the end of each workshop, or end of each 6 workshops, we would either make a DVD with them with we had a great camera and we had video editing equipment, and then everybody got a DVD and they shared that, or every now and then we did a performance for the rest of the school, and those children were so proud of what they'd done. They were so yeah, it was so good for them to see the rest of the school saying, wow, you're amazing. I didn't know you could play the drums. I didn't know you could write a song on a keyboard.
Yeah.
Just that creating music and the power of music, and their friends going, wow, you're incredible. I didn't know you could do that. That with the school kids, that was some amazing stuff. In terms of Sunflower Band with disabled adults, playing the Adelphi was one of my proudest moments. I've been going to the Adelphi for 30 odd years, and yeah, that was fabulous. But playing a big festival to 1,000 people in Hull I think, and getting hundreds of people dancing, and yeah, seeing how in some ways how surprised they were that disabled people could make amazing music.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I'm very proud of some of those big performances. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Is there anything music wise that you do outside of work? Do you play in any bands?
Yeah, I play in a band called the Resistors, and we play improvised dance music. We're very interested in getting people to dance and having a fun time, very much. But we're busy people. We all have full time jobs doing other things. So yeah, it's improvised in that we will choose a rhythm, and it might be house or it might be drum and bass or whatever. And then we just turn up and play on stage. So it's a bit exciting. It's a bit scary
Yeah,
because
it
you never know
sounds very exciting.
But yeah, that's kind of what I do as well. Yeah.
Yeah, buzzing. So gig buddies. Would you mind saying a bit about your
Uh,
involvement there and
Fabulous. Yeah. So Gig Buddies is Gig Buddies is a project aiming to get people out, people who are disabled, I suppose, or autistic, or have a learning
yeah,
disability, but who need a friend to go out with, and maybe mum and dad aren't as cool as they think they are, and maybe maybe that they would enjoy some company, and be able to go out with somebody. So what Gig Buddies does is to find volunteers, find buddies who will enjoy going out to gigs, enjoy going out for going out for a pizza, going out to see a film, but particularly music, and share their love of music with somebody who needs a bit of companionship, really, to get out. So a lot of it's about music. So as you know, Ashley, we do a monthly music night at
yep.
Wrecking Ball, which I'll carefully plug now. So
yeah, plug away.
Second Tuesday of every month we do a music night at Wrecking Ball. So we'll have a band or an artist on, and then we'll have a third of the night is open mic. So people will get up and do a song, or they'll do a rap, and some people come and do poetry. So it's a wonderful opportunity again to get people to perform. I think performing live for people is such an enhancing experience for people. If people's confidence just blossoms when you have a
definitely.
Live. So as you know, you've played live a couple of times. It's but it's an exciting and a real cherishing space where people can experiment a bit, can see what it's like to be on stage and in front of people.
Yeah, definitely, and that's down White Frigate for anybody who is interested in obviously attending these the second Tuesday of every month. So how long has Gig Buddies been going?
Gig Buddies is a national organisation. It came out of a bunch of people who were in a band who set up a charity called Stay Up Late, which was about making sure that again disabled people could get out and not have to go home with their care staff at 7 o'clock at night. So that's been going for over 10 years. But in this area, Emily Clixby set up Gig Buddies, I think about 4 years ago now.
Right.
And is it's the pandemic, the COVID times, were difficult. And
definitely.
They knocked a lot on the head and stuff, but they still did online stuff. There was still opportunities to meet up and to do quizzes and listen to music and all sorts of stuff. But it's not the same as being to get out and
No, definitely not.
So 3 or 4 years in Hull and the East Riding, and just getting re-energized again after the pandemic now. So some great stuff happening. Are we allowed to plug our gig on the 21st of
I
April?
was gonna get onto that. Yeah, the
Stuff.
future of what's coming up.
Um, so in terms of gig buddies, we are back recruiting volunteers. Emily's back recruiting volunteers to be gig buddies. There's some amazing people helping Emily with that work as well, including yourself, Ashley, in that. So there's a gig at Social on the 21st of April, which is there'll be a big performance. You're playing, aren't you, Ashley?
I am indeed, yes. Myself and the Layman, we're doing a few of our original tracks, and there's rumours that we might have a new one ready by then.
That's very exciting. We're all very excited. If you haven't seen Ashley live on stage, it's a proper treat. So get down there. And the Sunflower Band will be playing. A huge. It might be 10 or 12 of us on the night, who knows. And then Pearl's Cab Rider playing as well. So some fantastic music and fantastic opportunities for some disabled people to get out there and to show you what their talents are rather than their disabilities are. So yeah, I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, it sounds like it'll be all good fun. Is there anything else in the pipeline, or what are you sort of wanting to do in the future?
Okay, for the Sunflower Band, we are rehearsing once a month, the last Wednesday of every month in Cottingham. So that's for people with learning disabilities, autistic people, and anybody else who wants to join as a volunteer. We got this gig in April 21st, and then we will have, I guess, another 3 or 4 rehearsals, 3 or 4 sessions, and then we will be looking for another gig in summer.
Yeah.
Whether that's at Wrecking Ball on one of the Gig Buddies music nights. We're available for bookings if anybody else out there would like to to get us to play. I've done a lot of work with music in care homes,
right?
Sometimes for older people, sometimes for people with learning disabilities, sometimes for people with mental health problems. I want to get back to doing some of that again. I really enjoy that. There are people who really struggle to get out, and that might be for health reasons or mobility reasons. So sometimes we have to go to them and set up where they live. And I'm looking forward to doing more of that. Again, now the pandemic has changed, and now we're able to get in and out of care homes more. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And doing more of that, perhaps. In a therapeutic way. There was a little lad who used to come to the school stuff that I used to do, and we got somebody independent to talk to everybody. And one of the things that he said, he talked about sunflower music as being sunflowers is medicine. He used to say,
right.
I always feel better after sunflower. It's better than medicine. So. I don't know whether I'm going to do more work with children and young people again. I don't know.
Right.
I guess I'd like to, but maybe that's where me and you can do some work. I'm not sure.
Yeah, possibly. Yeah. You never know. So I'm going to ask you a question that I ask on every podcast.
Okay.
Normally people can't answer it because it is quite hard. But if you had to pick your most favourite song, what would it be?
Oh gosh, Ashley.
I throw everyone off with this.
Wow, that would depend on which day of the week and whether it was sunny, raining, or what.
Depending on the weather.
I'm not sure. I'm a big fan of dance music and 90s dance music.
90s,
I guess. So I'm a big fan of Left Field and Orbital and those kind of people. So something by Left Field would probably cheer me up on pretty much any day. I do like a dance around the kitchen.
Yeah, definitely. It always is a hard one to ask. Yeah. And how do you think the music scene could be improved in Hull and more accessible for people wanting to get involved?
gosh, that's a difficult. I mean, on one hand, there's lots of stuff. There's lots of great people doing music. You know, yourselves at Goodwin, Warren do stuff. There's other groups within youth work doing stuff. I think we have a problem with venues. We need more small venues that are accessible, that you can hire, that are relatively cheap, and work for live music. There isn't many venues that are great for the stuff that I like to do. Some of the venues that I work with, you can't get onto the stage if you've got mobility problems, if you're in a wheelchair. Some of the venues don't have accessible toilets and those kind of things. So it's quite difficult for some of the stuff that I like to do. So yeah, if you're anybody out there, if you're a business person out there with a lot of money, then I think it's a good opportunity to open some small venues. Social I really like. They're working hard to change some of the music scene in Hull.
Yeah, definitely.
So I don't know. What do you think? Yeah, I think we need more venues.
I think more venues, definitely.
Yeah.
With easier access for people to get into them.
Yeah.
Like you say, some of them are awkward and not always accessible, whether it be really small doorways or, like you say, getting onto the stage itself.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely in that sense.
I don't think we're short of people who want to make music.
No, definitely
I think
not.
It's full of amazing musicians who want to make music.
Yeah, there's amazing people out there doing music things.
I think so. Trinity Live has been really, really successful, and I think has been really important the last couple of years.
Yeah.
That's given a whole lot of bands a place to play at that is brilliant. So that's changed some stuff, and I'm hoping that will carry on and do that. I guess one of the things for me is I don't mind indie rock music and folk music and stuff. I don't mind that, but I'm a big fan of reggae, of dance, and jazz and drum and bass and funk, and I'm not sure that there are that many venues in Hull that support that kind of music.
No, I don't think there is. I inquired for one last week about putting some like sort of dancing music on, and they sort of said they wasn't interested.
Yeah. There's some great rock venues. I played Riley's a couple of times. Some really, really good venues. But yeah, there's an opportunity there, I think, for people to
most definitely
to get something off the ground. So that's what I think about music at the moment. I'm very busy. I do lots of other stuff. So maybe I've missed something. Maybe somebody out there is running an amazing club, an amazing venue that I don't know about. So
if you are and you're listening, then reach out. Definitely, we'd be interested. Most definitely. Well, thank you for joining us and giving away some of your time. You've been listening to the Hull Youth Music Network podcast in association with the Goodwin Development Trust. If you want to find out more, listen to past editions of the podcast, you can subscribe to the Goodwin Development Trust YouTube channel. You can also follow Goodwin Development Trust on SoundCloud. You can follow us on Facebook. Also, make sure to follow our Hull Youth Music Network page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram under the same name. There'll be information on there about our upcoming network events, anything music related that we are doing. And also don't forget to follow the Youth Arts Takeover on Facebook and Instagram as well. Is there any socials that you'd like to plug where people can check you out? Or...
Gig Buddies is part of what's called Hull Red.
Right.
So they have a website and a Facebook site for Hull Red. So if you Google Hull Red, that will take you to information about Gig Buddies. And so on. So yeah, that's the best place to start.
Right. Well,
Hull Red is a nightclub for people with learning disabilities, and their friends and family and so on. So a really cool and fun nightclub 4 times a year. So yeah, Hull Red.
Hull Red.
I'm shamelessly plugging as well. Okay.
Yes, Hull Red is the place to be. Well, thank you for coming on, and we'll see you next time.